Well, the preseason training camp's going pretty well. Got a great group of seniors leading. Real nice incoming class that's challenging very well. We're getting a lot of work in. We're doing 3 practices a day, and that starts to take its toll on their energy and you find out their fitness level pretty fast. Things are going real well. Getting a lot of work done.
Important.
I think the senior leadership stepping up, learning how to use their experience is pretty important. That freshman class developing or continuing to develop the way they have been is going to be pretty important. We need their depth and need some of those kids to step in possibly this year and play some roles. Those 2 areas are probably the biggest ones. The freshman, sophomore, the sophomore, junior class is filling some nice roles as well. But I think those 2 classes playing their role as best they can and developing quickly is going to be pretty key. Well, we really hope to get back into the top of the GLIAC. Last year was a big stumble for us and caught us a little off guard. We hadn't run into that kind of struggle in a while, and I think it taught us a good lesson of how hard it is to continuously be that successful in the GLIAC. So getting back to the top level of that is pretty key for us. And the girls now appreciate how much work they put in earlier to get there. So they've set that pretty high on their agenda since the end of last season. Meaning, we want to make it into the tournament, want to make it into the NCAA tournament, make it as far as we can. And we feel if we reach our potential as a team, that's definitely possible. Well, last year we struggled quite a bit at end of game situations, really closing games out, finishing teams off, maybe when we either had them on the ropes or we were in the match, and then let it slip away. And I think a lot of that was experience and confidence on the floor. So all of our senior leadership this year should really help us push through those situations and a lot of what we learned from last year, from being in those situations repeatedly. And not always succeeding like we had in the past. I think we learned quite a bit from that. So that situation is going to be pretty important for us to reach some of those goals. Finishing matches, putting teams away when we've got them in a good position. Well, we purposely went out and found a strong tournament, a tournament with some good in-region matches, with the Great Lakes Valley Conference and the GLIAC being the 2 conferences in our region. It's pretty easy to know who your competition's going to be. It's in our conference and it's in their conference, so you need to play them. So we found some good teams to play in the Indianapolis tournament, and then some real strong out of region competition as well. We really want to play the best we can. I feel we're pretty strong in our leadership position, our experience position, 6 seniors. You really should be pretty experienced and should be able to hit the ground running. So we want to play as strong a schedule as we can, as early as possible to test ourselves. See if those seniors really are in the position we think they should be. And if possible, get some of those younger kids the time on the court facing really good teams, because it doesn't get any easier once the conference starts. So playing as strong a competition as we can before the season begins, hopefully get us our confidence, put us in a good spot for once the conference begins. Well, we sat down pretty early with Annie when we saw the athletic ability and the focus and her ability to improve. Sat down pretty early in her career and mapped out a plan for what we thought she could accomplish, and she's been on track. She stumbled a little bit last year. It's hard to stand out as an individual if you're not carrying your team. At least in volleyball, it's very difficult to get any sort of individual accolades if you're not taking the team along with you, if you don't have the team support around you, and that set us back a little bit on our goals for her, what we felt she could accomplish individually. She did very well her sophomore year and expected that to continue her junior year, but now we've got to make up for that. We feel she's a strong player in the region, should accomplish a lot in the region, and if she can continue to develop as a leader, she can bring her team along with her, and they can support her on the days that she needs that support, and maybe accomplish some things nationally as well. We really feel that she has such an all-around game, has developed such an all-around game that she can maybe stand out nationally, and that's what she has set as one of her goals early on, and what we feel we might be able to accomplish. We've got 4 freshmen and 1 sophomore transfer in our new class. Real happy with them. They're coming along very well. They're filling the needs that we needed, I think, very well. You know, some are developing faster than others, but they're all in a position to help us every day in practice. They may not all make it on the floor on game day, but they all have the ability to challenge in practice and to make their counterparts better, and that's one of the biggest things that freshmen need to do, I think, in our program, is even if they're not helping us score points on game day, they're making the team better in practices and working hard and developing and just bringing some energy and some excitement to the floor for practices, and the class is doing that very well. And there's a good possibility some of them are coming along so quickly that I feel there's a good possibility some could contribute this fall pretty early on. Well, we've been fortunate enough to elevate our second assistant from last year, Kate Harris, up to a first assistant, and she just brings 4 years of playing in our program, 4 years of being an All-American honorable mention setter within our program. Just that experience and that knowledge and the respect that she brings with her, elevating her to that first assistant position was a great start. We're real excited about her energy, her ability to help train our setting staff, and then also bringing back Shannon Flippin, who was with our program a couple years back when we really started this run up the GLIAC. Bringing him back to concentrate on ball control really should elevate our ball control, but also free the rest of our coaches up to concentrate on other areas. So between those two coaches, we're getting a lot done in our practices. It's really exciting to see the development, see how fast we're improving, and just having that many eyes in the gym, watching things, helping correct girls, and celebrating with them when they do good things, when they do develop. It's been tremendous. We're getting a lot of work done, and that's just as exciting as the talent and the depth that we have is our ability now to make them better. It's really exciting.